Okay, welcome back. This is the part 2 of how to upgrade to Polymer 2.0. In part 1, I went through and updated all the Bower components, and I realized that there was actually a hung process. So that's the reason the Bower install was not working. So I went ahead and killed the Bower, killed the hung process, and then did a Bower install, and everything seems to be going okay. Anyway, it went ahead and installed all the 2.0 dependencies. Basically, I didn't want to install any hybrid elements. I'm only installing 2.0 elements. I'm hoping this will allow me to do a lot of things. But anyway, so I installed only 2.0 elements if a 2.0 element is available. Otherwise, I installed whatever is available. So anyway, that's where I was in the last video. And then let me move this a little bit so I can see both. So this is the step I finished. Bower install was the step I finished. Now I'm going to go through the next set of documentation to see what exactly I need to do after that. So I went ahead and started the app. I went ahead and started my app, and it started out okay. So anyway, it starts out okay. So looks like this on the left side, I have paper menu, and paper menu has been, if I see, paper menu has been deprecated. So if I go to github.com and say paper-menu, if I go to paper menu, I see that there is an issue that's open. They're saying that we need to start using deprecation notice. So it looks like okay, so looks like they want this paper menu is deprecated. Instead of paper menu, they're recommending we use paper list. So I'm going to go and look at all the references of paper menu and replace them with paper list. That's the first thing I'll do. So even though paper menu appears to be working for some reason, I don't know how it's finding paper menu, but even though, if you see, I don't have the paper menu anywhere, but somehow the coder, if I look at the app, so the left drawer is using paper menu. So if I go into the elements, I see paper menu. And somehow I do not understand how this got there. So why is it not saying that, hey, it doesn't understand this element? And not only that, so anyway, so let me see all the references to paper menu and go from there. So let me search for paper menu. Okay, I search for paper menu. Looks like the right toolbar uses paper menu. Okay, so it uses paper menu. And there are a couple of places where paper menu is being used. This PMP drawer menu is using it. So if I see, okay, paper menu is being used like this. I don't know why it did not complain. So basically, when paper PMP drawer menu loads, it will load this also, and it should have failed. Let me check and see where PMP drawer menu is being referenced. So if I go to scaffold, PMP drawer menu, okay. So let's see if it's referenced in PMP app. This is my app shell. So let me go and see if there is any reference to PMP drawer. Okay, it's referenced here. So it is trying to get loaded somewhere. So if I see network, let me refresh it. And I'll filter on paper menu and see if I find anything called paper menu. Yeah, it's it is getting downloaded. I don't know where it's getting it from. Or how it's downloading it. I don't find it anywhere. I'm going to increase the size of this to see, because it's not in Bower components. It's surprising that it's finding it somewhere. Oh, this is the paper menu.html itself. Okay. So this is the paper menu.html itself, and let's see. Okay, I'll just search for paper menu.html. So it's being called in paper menu button animations, and animations is referring to it. I don't know where it's referring to it, but paper menu.html. Okay, it's not found. So paper menu.html. I don't know if it's doing a fuzzy search here. So anyway, so let me look at who is calling it. So if I look at the headers, let me increase the font size a little bit, so you can see it a little better. So paper menu got downloaded. So paper menu, who is downloading it? So it's getting downloaded from PMP drawer menu. But how is it working is the question. I mean, I don't have, so there it's going to Bower components and paper menu. I don't even have that folder called Bower components / paper menu. If I go to my Bower components and I find paper menu, so let me go to the paper items, LM. So I don't even have a paper menu. I don't know how it's finding it. It's really surprising. I don't know how it's getting it. So anyway, so let me, because paper menu, they don't want us to use paper menu. I'm going to just go ahead and comment it out. So because this is deprecated, I will replace it with paper list box is what they wanted us to use. So I just have a reference to it. I'm not even using it anywhere. I think here I haven't replaced it with. Let me go ahead and replace it also, and then see if I find it anywhere. So now that I did that, let me do another search and see if I find any references to it. Okay, so in paper drawer menu, oh, I'm looking for paper menu. Oops, sorry. Looking for paper menu, and then okay, there is a style associated with it. So I'll change this one also to paper list box, and then search for it again. Okay. So basically, I'll remove this completely. So let me do another search. Okay, fine. Okay, so at least in one of the in drawer menu, I fixed it. In one of the files, I fixed it. Looks like it is in this other one also. And I don't know where it's used, paper menu. And then let's see where all it is used. Paper menu is being imported, paper menu button, paper menu button, paper menu. Okay, there is a paper menu here also. And okay, so it's being used here also like this. So I'll try to convert this also to a paperless box and see. So I'll start from the top. I think I'll say, hey, wherever I see paper menu, I want to replace it with paper dash list box. So find, okay, so I'll start from the top again. I'll say find it. Okay, let me, so we can focus on it. So I'll say find paper menu button. Yeah, we don't care about paper menu button right now. Also, let me go from the top, all the way from the top. So we'll find it. Okay, paper menu, we want to replace it with paper list box. We want to replace that. We don't want to replace paper menu button. So we'll continue searching. Paper menu button is okay. Paper menu, we want to replace. So I'll say replace paper menu selected item. I think these things might have to be changed. I don't know what they are right now. Paper list box selected item. Yeah, so let me see. So paper list box, right? So if I go to the paper list box, I might be able to see paper list box. Want to see what is available in paper list box. Okay, so paper list box, the styling, we have the following styles. So I don't think paper list box has a role list box by default. Okay. And then selected item, font normal, focused item. For now, let me just comment this out. I really don't know. I don't know if there are something equivalent to this. I'll comment this out for now. So then find paper menu button. We won't do anything. Paper menu, we want to replace it with paper list box. Paper list box. We don't want to do anything with that. And that's it. Those are the changes. So let me save that also. And let me go back and do a find again. Okay, so if you see, there is no paper menu button. We only have paper menu button related stuff. So this paper menu selected item, the styling, I think I need to take care of the styling a little, but I will take care of it a little later. But right now, anyway, so we replaced all occurrences of paper menu with paper list box. That's one of the changes. Let me see if this even loads. So if I go back to the app, oops, I'll go back to the app and then I'll take this out. I want to see all the things that are getting downloaded. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. So let me go and do a empty cache and hard reload. Okay. So some alerts. Okay, it's not able to get to the alerts class. Okay, that's okay. So there is one error. So let me go and see what that error is. Okay, so basically there is a class called alerts. It's not able to pull the contents of that. Let me see if paper menu is still available. Paper dash menu. Karan, still there. Paper menu. I don't know who is using paper menu and how it got downloaded. It's saying the referrer is scaffold PMP drawer menu. But why is it? Am I not using the latest code somehow? Oh, maybe it's pulling code from here, maybe? Because I'm going to delete the build bundle folder completely and then try to refresh it. If this fails, I know maybe my Nginx config is bad. Yep, my Nginx config is pulling it from from the build folder. Let me go and fix my Nginx config. So oh, okay, so let me go and change that again. Okay, I changed that. So looks like I have to restart Nginx. Forgot the command to restart it. Let's stop. Okay, I restarted it. Okay, so let me restart this and see if anything shows up at all. Whoa, that looks beyond ugly. So basically nothing is working from what you saw before and after. So it's supposed to look, so let me open it up. This is how it's supposed to look. And this is how it looks. So let me, I think I have to start all the way from the top, I guess. Even the toolbar is messed up. Maybe I need to start fixing it one at a time. So this is the look I want, and this is the look I have right now. So I think I'll go to the home page first and then start from there, I guess. Whoa, so this page looks okay, but let me refresh. Let me do a refresh. I'm going to empty cache and hard reload, and let me see what comes up. Okay, so this one is messed up too. So anyway, this is supposed to look like this. You can see from the top toolbar, the left side, everything is messed up. So I need to start like one at a time and fix it, I think. So before I do that, so as you can see, it is completely messed up. The old one, the Polymer one, is on the right side, and Polymer 2 is on the left side. I think when I did a simple conversion, this is what I ended up with. So let me go through the upgrade guide and see what they recommend and how I need to fix it. So they're saying all elements need to update their shadow DOM templates and styling as described in this section. Remove deprecated patterns in the DOM module using ease or name styles outside of the template. Okay. So update your elements DOM template to use the new slot. I don't think I use content anywhere, but I will go ahead and check and see if we use content anywhere in the source code. Maybe it might be in elements that we used, but I don't think we use it anywhere within our code. Let me just search for content. So it's saying paper list box, drop down content, blah, blah, blah. There is content : what is that? Okay, something like this need to change, I think. I don't know if we use PMP cards anywhere, but I think this is supposed to be a slot, I guess. So the first thing is I need to remove deprecated patterns in the DOM module using ease or name styles outside of the template. So this one is using ease outside of the template. I don't know if this is a problem. Let me look at an element so this PMP card is an element that we copied from paper card. So maybe it's buggy, but let me look at something that we created. So this is something that we created. Okay, so script is outside template always. So we say DOM module ID, and then we say Polymer is, right? Or name using is, DOM module is using remove deprecated patterns in the DOM module. DOM module using is or name. Styles outside the template. We don't have styles outside the template anywhere, but I don't know what they're talking about here, but anyway. So looks like I need to replace all slot with content. So there are a bunch of those. update styles to use slotted selector in place of content. So that needs to be fixed. Remove any deep and shadow CSS rules. Let me see if I have any /deep rules. Yeah. The elements that we created in the project don't have it, but I think some of the dependencies might have it. I'm going to check shadow also. Luckily, this doesn't apply to us, at least not right now. Update any URLs inside the template. I don't know what they mean by that. So we don't use this naming convention at all. We always use DOM module ID equals, as you can see. But I'm going to double check and see if there are any of them using name. So if you see, we always use ID equals. So let me double check. So let me check if I have anything, any elements using this pattern. So if I go, nothing, none of them. So if I'll also check Bower components to see if that pattern is being used by anyone, any of our dependent elements. Luckily none, so there is no need for me to. So your DOM module must set the ID property to specify the element type. Polymer 1.x accepted the deprecated is or name as alternatives. Okay, this is good, so I don't have to tinker with that. So replace content elements, change content insertion point to slot elements. Okay, so if I go back to SRC, let me see if I have anything called content. Okay, I have content. So it's saying I need to replace it with slot. Okay. Let me see one more. I don't know what they're doing here. Whoa. This is some ugly code. Okay, so it's in the same one. So T. T. Okay. So I made that change, and then they're saying content select to name slot name. So right now I don't have anything that is of this pattern. So let me see. Let me double check. So actually, these Bower components might have that kind of pattern. Let me search. Whoa, tons of them. Okay, iron and the announcer, behaviors, darn it. Lots of them. Data table, cell, this iron data table. Okay. This is a problem. So looks like I'll have to take a look at a bunch of dependent elements. I don't know why this one is still. So why some of the dependent animals are still using content, I don't understand. But anyway, so let me at least fix whatever I can fix in my code, and then I'll look at all the dependent packages or all the packages that we depend on. So basically, I don't have any occurrences of this content select equals in my code, so I'll skip that. So here is they're showing how to do it. So content select equals title, and then yeah, if I have something like that, then they're saying I have to do something like this. So I don't have anything, so I don't have to worry about this part of it. Note that if you're using content select anywhere in your code, this means a change to your elements contract. And everyone using your element will need to update to use slot names. Yeah, understood. Limitation. Slots can only be selected explicitly by slot name. It's impossible to select content implicitly based on a tag name or arbitrary selector like not header. Okay. Before implicit selection. Okay. After explicit selection. They're showing an example. This doesn't apply to me. So right now I'm going to skip it. So if I have a name like that, so I have to say, hey, this one is slot header. Then this H2 will go there. Although this example show only a single element being assigned to a slot, any number of elements can be assigned to the same slot. For example, okay. Okay. So if I don't use a qualifier like here, something like this will, inside my element, there are multiple slots. One is a name slot and the other one is not a name slot. So it looks like if I put something like this, then they go into the unnamed slot. So I can put a ton of stuff and all of them go into the unnamed slot. So default slot versus default insertion. In Shadow DOM v0, a default insertion point, one without a selects attribute, consumes all nodes not matched by previous insertion point. In v1, a default slot only matches content with no slot attribute. In other words, a node with a slot attribute is never distributed to the default slot. Okay. So basically in v1, they're saying that, hey, a default slot, that means one without the name attribute, only matches content with no slot attribute. Okay. Anytime you have a slot attribute without a name, then it will go into the default slot. In other words, a node with a slot attribute is never distributed to the default slot. Okay. Understood. So if you have complex distributions, you're trying to upgrade to hybrid elements, you may need to place both content and slot elements in the template. Okay. So I'm trying to stay away from hybrid elements, but looks like I don't know. So we'll have to see. I don't know if any of these ion table elements are considered hybrid elements. By that I mean, will they be able to handle this will they be able to handle Polymer 2.0? Anyway, so multi-level distribution works differently in Shadow DOM v1. In a v0, content was redistributed at each level. For example, an element with class title through several insertion points and eventually selected by a content select equals dot title. Okay. They're showing how it used to work in so how multi-level distribution used to work in V0 and what are the changes in V2. So if I have something like this and shadow DOM looks something like this, then by contrast in V1, a host light DOM nodes are only assigned to slots in the host shadow DOM. Okay. So this I don't have multi-level distributions like this. So I'm going to skip this and revisit it at a later time. This looks like I need to play around with it to really understand what they're saying. Update URLs in templates. Polymer 1.x URLs in attributes and styles inside element templates were rewritten to be relative to the HTML import that defined the element. Based on user feedback, we are changing this behavior. Okay. So basically, I was able to do something like this. Let me see if I have. So we have a ton of places where we are using src equals image. They're saying in all these cases, we'll have to give it the full path. Okay. So anywhere I use a URL, I need to, so instead of using relative paths, they're saying that, so they're changing this behavior, return to be relative to the HTML import that defined. In Polymer 1.x, URLs in attributes and styles inside element templates were rewritten to be relative to the HTML import that defined the element. Based on user feedback, we are changing this behavior. So they're adding two properties called import path and root path. Import path property is a static getter on the element class that defaults to the element HTML import document URL and is overridable. Okay. It may be useful to override import path when an element template is not retrieved from DOM module or the element is not defined using an HTML import. Okay. Pretty confusing. So the root path property is set to the value of polymer.rootpath, which is globally settable and defaults to the main document URL. Okay, this makes sense. Root path will be wherever the path is. So root path in our case will be everything under src. So then they're saying it may be useful to set polymer.rootpath to provide a stable application mount when using client-side routing. May be useful to set polymer.rootpath to provide a stable application mount path when using client-side routing. Okay. URLs in styles are rewritten to be relative to the import path property. Inside element templates, URLs in element attributes are no longer rewritten. Okay. Whatever that means. So if I do a polymer element, there are two new properties being added to polymer element, import path and root path. So let's say if I go here, and then if I do a import path and root path on any of these elements, let me see if I'll inspect this. Okay, so this is an element. So I will, oops. So if I see, if I want to do $0 dot import path, okay, what is that? It's saying it's in SRC info is where it is in. Then if I do $0 dot root path is info home. Okay, so import path is the path on the disk, and root path is used for, looks like it's used for routing. So anyway, that said, let me go back here. So a Polymer 1.6 template that included something like this in Polymer 2.0, it should be like this. The import path and root path properties are being ported back to Polymer 1x. Okay. So basically I need to go and do this, I think. So if I go and look at the code, I think it has a slash at the end also. Okay. So I need to go to my code and add import path to all the SRC wherever I see SRC. Okay. So I need to do this change now. So let me, okay, I found a bunch of places where SRC is being used. So wherever I see this, then I need to go and say, hey, it's not SRC, do SRC $. And then I want import path. Okay. I'll copy this so it's easier to make changes. Change this. Okay, that's the first change. Okay, SRC equals. I need to change. Wherever I see something like this, they're saying I need to give it the full path. Okay. Script. Who's the idiot who's using script here? To remove that. So that. I think date range picker. So date range picker. Where is date range picker? Date range picker could be in common. Hmm. Whoa, fuckers. Didn't even add the name right. So it's in dashboard, admin, common. Bad code. Okay, date range picker. Where is that PMP date range picker? I don't even know where it's being used. Okay, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Lib. PMP dash moment HTML. Okay, so the next one is this ion image one. Again, I will do it, put a dollar after src, and then I'll say import path. Okay. Oh, this one doesn't need that. Because this is the logo URL, so it gets the URL from directly from Amazon. So the next one is this one. So this one, ion image. So import path here will give me the path of PMP home. And from PMP home, it's saying I have to go 2 levels below to get this. It's talking about this PMP JPEG, I think. So let's see. Oops. So how is this PMP JPEG right now? So it's doing that. So it's saying I should be able to do something like, so if I do import path, then will this work is the question, I guess. Nope. Info home images. Oh, okay. So I don't want the info home page. Oh, okay. What is this? Info home slash images. So basically dot dot slash dot dot is getting ignored. Okay, where is images? It's not even part of source. It's at the root level. Okay. So if I just do this, will it work? Yeah. Import path. Okay, what is this? Okay. It makes no difference. So I could just hard code it to the slash route and then it will get it from there, I think. So if I go back here and change this to slash, nothing relative about it. Okay. So let me see what other things are there. For script imports, I think it's okay to, I don't think there is any way to change that. So we'll leave it as is. For PMP Lodash, okay. PMP moment, parslib, reCAPTCHA, Redux, Redux Thunk, visualize, and what is this? PMP app. What is that? Okay, it's commented out. Okay, so let me see if I refresh what will happen here. So I made changes to one of the recommendation. I made one of the recommendation changes. So actually I need to refresh the whole thing, I think. Okay. It looks a little better. I think this one, at least it's getting some shape, but I don't see anything showing up there. So if I look at why nothing is showing up there. So again, let me compare this with what is expected. So where is that? So this is what is expected, by the way. So I will reduce the screen size. So right now we won't focus on the menu much, but anyway, so this is what is expected, and but this is what is showing up. Basically, the icon is not showing up here. So if you see, so the icon for new user, there is an icon that is not showing up. So I need to see why that is not showing up next. And I think if I go through the others, maybe I'll find out, I think. So let me go through the rest of it, and it might tell me what exactly to do. So it's looking a little better, I think. Yeah. So some icons are not showing up, and this one looks messed up. Yeah. So somehow the edges are rounded. I don't know why. So there is a border radius there. And other than that, it looks decent enough. I don't have the toolbar yet, but we'll look at the toolbar in a few. So that is one thing. So now going back to the upgrade guide. So update URL in templates. I just did whatever I can. The next thing they're talking about shadow DOM styles. Replace content selectors with slotted selectors. Okay. So let me look and see if I have something like this anywhere in my code. So let me search for it. So there are this place, I think there is one place here where I'm using it. They're saying I need to replace that with slotted. So let me look at an example. So there are three, at least there are three of them here. So I think I need to do slotted star here, I'm guessing. And then I need to do slotted content. Slotted card actions. Okay, so like this, and then, okay. So that's the first part of it. And then they're saying that wherever it's used, I need to use slot. Okay. So if I have a slotted element like this, so surprise class is warning. Okay. So now I need to see where all the references of PMP card and how they're using it. So let me go and see where is PMP dash card being used. Whoa. So heading is card title. So if I look at this, so basically we're saying, hey, style the entire thing, layout vertical and layout flex. And the second thing I'm doing is so is there a card content here? Card content, card content. So this compute heading class, let's see what compute heading class is doing. I doubt this will work, but let me see how this looks. So PMP card is being used all over the place. So it's being used, oh, this is PMP card. I don't have to worry about it. So, okay, so we have a reference to it, but we don't use it here. Darn it. Okay, remove that. So, PMP card, PMP program, PMP program. Okay, in PMP program, I use PMP card all over the place. So let me open that and see how it looks. PMP card, PMP card, our header image. Oops, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if this semicolon is needed. I forgot, but anyway. So this is the code for PMP program. Inside of that, we are saying we are passing it something called class card. Okay, and then it will style. If I look at PMP card, if I have anything called PMP card, okay, sorry. So this one is card content. So if there is anything called card content, then then what happens? I don't even have oh, here it is slot. Okay. So if something like this goes here, if someone is pushing something here, someone is pushing something inside of here, container slot. Okay. So if I get something here, slot. Okay. Nothing above will be touched. Nothing above will be touched. I wonder what image here is. So let's see. PMP card. What a waste of an element. Okay, so ion icon. So basically, ion icon is not working, I guess, properly. So it's saying card content. As soon as it sees card content, then it will lay it out. So apply PMP card content. Okay. And then card actions, it'll do some application. Okay. I wonder if I have to change this any, but let me, as I go through, I might figure it out. So, yeah, we don't have anything like this, so I'm okay. So no selectors can follow the slotted selector is what they're saying. Remove deep and shadow selectors. I don't have deep and shadow, I already checked. So replace root selectors. So if you're using root selector inside an elements template, replace it with host something. Okay. So let me see if I have root anywhere. So I'm going to save this and see if it made any difference at all. No difference. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to check the root selector and replace it with this. So let's see if I have root. Okay, I'm not using this, so I'm good. If you're using root selection inside a custom style, replace it with HTML selector. Okay. In 1.x, you can use either of these selectors to override custom properties set at a higher level. For example, the following rule in the main document. So if I have a rule in the main document, overrides a host rule in style me is shadow root, because they match the same element, but the main document styles comes earlier in the cascade order. So yeah, basically they're saying if I have something like this, I need to change it. I don't have this at all, so I will skip that. The next part of it is update custom property syntax. So when applying custom properties, Polymer 1.x accepted this incorrect syntax for specifying a default value to a var function. Okay. So I need to check and see if I have anything like that. So basically it used to accept a default value. So looks like that is deprecated now. So I am setting only one var here, and one var here. Oops, let me make this a little bigger. I don't think I can make this any bigger. So anyway, so the color property, basically, am I setting a default value for any of them is the question here. If I go through it, I'm always setting only one value for all of them so far. One value, one value, one value, one value, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Nowhere do I see I'm not setting a fallback value anywhere so far. Oh, there it is. PMP card has a fallback value if you see this background color. So let's go inside. And they're saying that I have to surround this with a var. Okay. And what else? Oh, there is another one. So looks like whenever I do a default value, looks like I need to. I don't know about this one, but I'm going to set it anyway. So looks like this is not a variable, so maybe I don't have to do this because it's hard coded. Okay. So what's the next one? Next one is, this one is single, no default values. I'm going through all the occurrences of var to see if there is any other place where I'm setting a default value also, or a fallback value. I haven't found none yet, so I'll continue to go through this. Setting vars all over the place. I'm sure there is a opportunity to refactor some of this code and make it more reusable. I am halfway there, so looks like there are a lot more occurrences than I thought there will be. Hopefully, I'm not missing any by scrolling down. Sometimes you look at the same thing and then you will end up making mistakes. Maybe I should have done a pattern search of some kind. Only thing is I don't know how to do a pattern search in Atom yet. I'm sure I can use something here, use regular expression and search. So if I do something like this, dot star, comma, dot star, and so if I do something like this, will it work? No results. Okay, so looks like it found only 2. Okay, that's it. So maybe a regular expression search was much faster, and we're done. So no more occurrences of this. Oh, and before, So when I had something like this, it looks like I have to change all occurrences of this to something like this. So let me see. Let me get all occurrences of that. Again, apply dot star and something like this. So find all. I'm just again doing a whoa. There are a ton of places where this is messed up. I wonder if there is an easy way to search for fix this. Replace all with at apply. Oh, no space. And then do dot star. And then do something like this. No, it's it doesn't do a good job. TPLY. We can go and do something like this. Up by space. Okay. Let me quickly go and see if all these changes are what we need. Wow, tons of changes. I'm going to just change it. Oops. Okay, I'll just go ahead and replace all of them. 664 times, darn it. Okay. So, I don't know if there is an easy way to do this, other than going into each and every one and replacing the parenthesis comma, darn it. Okay, no choice. So I need to replace something like this with just semicolon. Only when it's at the end of apply. Okay, so if I can I do a, okay, so if I do a at apply, oh, will replace the entire thing, I think, at apply. At apply space dot star parenthesis da. No results found. Okay. Anyway. Okay, find it. It's a apply, replace it, replace it, replace, find, replace. That's it. Okay. Find, replace, find, replace. replace, replace. Find, replace. Okay. Minor. Okay, replace. This will be a slow and boring process, but I can't think of any better way to do this. I'm sure there are tools to do this, but in Atom, I don't know of how. Maybe I should go do it in VI. Maybe I could do this actually. It's a good idea. Sorry. What I can do is I can just say, hey, I want to find all these occurrences and replace it with this. Let me see if I can find that. And all. Okay. So that should work. So I'll just say replace all. Okay. Now, if I go search for at apply space, how many more are there? Okay. So I want to search for apply space. And I want it to end with this. Let me see if I can find anything. Darn it. Okay. Okay, so apply. Layout, layout horizontal. Okay, layout horizontal, horizontal. Layout horizontal, find all. I'll replace all of them. Okay. Do the same thing to vertical. Find all. And I want to replace them with vertical. Find all. Okay. Replace all. What else? So again, find all. Self-center. Center also is there. Center justified. So center justified. Center justified, self-center. Okay. So, center. Oops. Center. Here. Find all. Center. Apply all. Okay. Self-center. SELF. Self-center. SELF. Self-center. Find all. Replace all. Okay. There is another one called center justify. Find all. Replace all. Okay. Maybe this is the reason we should use classes. Okay. Instead of using this mixin. Okay, what else is left? Man, I don't know why I can't do this anymore. So there is nothing with the parenthesis in this one anymore. Okay. Let me remove this. It's easier to read. Actually. Okay, so let me see if any of them have parentheses at the end at apply ones. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. There is this center. So it looks like that. I missed that center and layout itself, dash layout. So there are two more, center and dash layout. Oh, self stretch. So let me write it down. So I need to do dash layout dash center dash layout dash self stretch. Okay, what else? Self stretch, center, self stretch, center, self stretch. Whoa. There are these things also. Dash paper dash font dash. Basically everything in paper card, I guess. Or is it PMP card? Okay, everything in PMP card will be fixed. What else? PMP help and justified is also there. Center. Okay. And justified, and then what else? Center and justified. Justified is also there. Layout flex 9. Well, flex 3, darn it. Self and okay, vertical, horizontal, center, layout relative fit. Fit and what else? Flex none. Tough. I don't know why this is not picking it up. So if I do a dot star, then if there is a parenthesis, okay, let's say a slash like that, and then do a comma, it should pick it up, right? Ah, there it is. Anyway, oh, flex auto is also there. Flex auto. Okay. So actually, I can take this and do it also, I think. At apply dash dash layout dash wrap. Right. Layout center. Okay, so there are a bunch of them in PMP card. So let me see. PMP card. So here I need to search for, do a simple Control F. I don't care about that. Care about that. Replace, 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 and replace, 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 replace. Okay. Now, if I go and search for that pattern again, so I want to search for a pattern where there is apply and there is dot star after that, and then it ends with a something like that and that. Search for all the occurrences of that. Aha! So there are a few more occurrences of this. Start justified. I'm going to start justified. What else? So someone put a space here. So bad coding. Lux auto. Okay. So let me search for it once more. Nothing. So let me see if there is anything like this. Nothing. Okay. Okay. So escape character, find all. Nothing. Okay. Put escape there also, find all. Okay. Anyway, so we've accomplished this. So this part of it is done. So let me see if it makes any difference to the code itself. I'm going to refresh this. Nothing. So this part is done. So they're saying wrap custom style elements. Okay. So while custom elements V1 supports customized built-in elements, Polymer 2.0 does not currently use them. Instead, it introduces a new custom style element that wraps the style element. Hybrid projects wrap your existing. Okay, let me see if I have any custom styles. Okay, so we have a couple. PMP help, which is not used anywhere, and PMP scheduler, and this one. Okay. Okay, before custom is style. Okay, so let's see. If it is like this, what they're saying is after hybrid, this is my element, so I want to do 2.x only code. So I can set it in something like, why is this custom style? Do not understand style. Custom style 2.7. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and wrap it for now and see if this works. They're saying put another custom style stack, custom style, and then take the custom style out of here. Okay. Okay, that is custom style. I changed it in one place. Looks like I have to do it in multiple places. Okay, there's another one where I'm including something also on top of it. Hmm. Let me see what this document is talking about. There is a how to update your custom styles. We already did this, right? Okay. Okay. So custom style. I'm making the minimal amount of changes required to get this working. What is this app theme? Why am I using my own app theme? Oh, okay. So this is the app theme. Okay. So here also we're saying I need to press TYLE, custom style. So this is my custom style. I think could end up messing it up a lot, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, I made that change. Let me go back to my app and see if I see any changes at all. And pull this out. I'll say empty cache and reload. No effect. Okay. Oh, at least the round edges are gone now. Now I have square edges here. Something worked. And let me go to the next part of it. Okay, this custom styling is done. Then DOM APIs. Hybrid elements must continue to use existing Polymer DOM APIs, but may require some changes. Class-based syntax. How much more is there? So I am halfway there right now. So I'm going to take a break and then continue with the DOM API section. Looks like there are a ton of other changes that I have to go through. So Google, as usual, released the 2.0 without a good path forward. All these library vendors do that typically. They want to rush their changes in, and this is what will end up happening. I spent like a few hours yesterday, and I've been spending like more than 3-4 hours today. But still, I still haven't completely migrated the app. So let me look into this DOM APIs as soon as in my next video, in part 3 of migrating your app to Polymer 2.0. So I will stop the call for now, and we'll talk more in the next one.